Are you ready to see my 14 top nude blushes within my collection? I have over 200 blushes within my collection. I'm talking about face palettes and single pans of blush. I have limited edition, discontinued, and then also blushes that are still available. I wanted to show them all to you because if you have limited edition blushes or discontinued blushes, that means that you have these blushes in your collection. You maybe want to pull them out and play with them if you see them on today's video. And you guys know that I love using my makeup. Even though I love trying new things and new makeup products, I love using my makeup products. This is part of my blush project, but this is a side video. So if you don't know what my blush project is, I'm gonna leave it in the description box and someplace on the screen so you can find it. But what it is I'm trying to use my entire collection of blushes this year and also do face swatching when it comes to blushes with a different theme for every single month. So this was the theme that you chose in January, which was my top 10 nude blushes. And since I couldn't pick 10, I swatched all 14 of them because if you don't have the limited edition discontinued ones, you will still see a good amount of blushes that are still available. So if you want to see me applying all these 14 blushes on my face, then just keep on watching. One of the blushes that I swatch is my favorite blush in my entire collection. I think these I put aside or set aside since I finished one last year or the year before that, and then I couldn't find it and I found it and purchased it. This has been discontinued, sadly. This is Matte Lip from Nars, and it's the perfect seashell pink type of nude blush. I adore the finish of this one. Like I said, I went through an entire pan of it and I was so sad to see it go. But then while doing this video, you will see a few dupes, I think. I found that this, which is also limited edition, this is Chanel powder blush in the shade Accent. It is almost an exact dupe of Matte Lip. And I'm happy to say that because even though they're both discontinued, I still have 10 years of Matte Lip for me. And the Chanel blush, which this was the discontinued formula as well. This formula, it's phenomenal, you guys. These two blushes are not available, but they're part of my favorites. Another one that has been discontinued, and I don't know why, this is Benefit Dallas blush. And this is supposed to be a dusty sunset plum. And you guys, this is what I'm wearing as a bronzer today. So it's not the blush that I'm wearing, but it's the bronzer that I'm wearing. And this is a blush, it's stunning. It has that plummy tone to it that will make you look sun-kissed, but as if you were walking on the beach during evening time. When the sunset, it's pulling out. It's just so beautiful. It's just the perfect nude blush in my opinion. And I don't know why they wouldn't bring it back when they did the entire re-release of their blushes. I have two more that are discontinued, but then the rest of the blushes are still available. This is MAC Extra Dimension Blush in the shade Bareness. And this one I hit pan on it this week, you guys. So when you see this, I hit pan about 1 week before or a week and a half before you see this video. And you guys, I've used these and abused these. And this is one of the blushes that I want to be able to finish this year. The color, when I look for it in Temptalia, it says that Bareness is a very warm tone, very dark peach with a satin finish. And it was a limited edition blush. I don't find it to be dark. Maybe it's a darker peach, but I don't find it to be dark. And it translates on my skin more of a pink than a peach. It's still a warmer pink, but in my opinion, in my skin tone, it looks like a pink. The Becca blushes, you guys, this is one of my favorite formula of blushes and I have about 8 of them, and this is Wild Honey. I'm so sad that I didn't get to try Sweet Pea, which was one that it was supposed to be a dupe for Matte Lip, but these I've used and abused, and this is described as a warm tone medium brown with a satin finish. And the way that this looks on my skin is as if I had a tan and it was a warmer orangey tan, and I really love these. I find this to be so easy to mix up with any eye look that you wear. I'll be keeping this in my collection until the end of time. Now for the rest of the blushes, I have here all of them. I think they're still available. And for Laura Mercier Ginger, this is described as a beige with a cream finish. And this on me, it's sort of like a beige but more warm leaning. And on my skin, when I see them side by side, I can see more of an orangey tone when I see ginger. And when I see chai, it looks more on the pinky side. And they're basically, when you see them on the side, this is ginger, which looks more warm tone, and this is chai, which looks a little bit more mauvey and pink. Another one of the blushes is Flirtatious, and this is one that is described as a very warm tone light pink with a matte finish. And I love this. This, you guys, is my favorite blush from Pat McGrath. I just find it to be so beautiful. It's a blush that if you have a medium skin tone, I don't know if it's gonna show on your skin, because for me it takes building, but it's the perfect nude blush for fair to light skin tones. And they have beautiful shades for deeper skin tones. And one of the shades that I want to get from this line, it's an orangey one. I can't remember the name right now, but I will leave it linked below, that I think would be the perfect warm tone nude, but I don't know if it will be too deep for me. This is one of my most loved color blushes that I found in the past 2 years. So this has been my new Madly in a way. I just adore it, appreciate it, and I know that when I do an eye look and I want to look my best, I can pull out Flirtatious and it will not compete with my eye look, but it will give me a beautiful cheek. And these are matte, but they're not flat like the Laura Mercier ones. They still have sort of like a satin finish to them, even when the formula is supposed to be a matte one on this one. I have Laura Mercier Chai. It's a moderately warm toned light mauve with a matte finish. And this is definitely matte, but I find that the Laura Mercier matte blushes are never flat. And this for me has a mauvey undertone, but it looks pinky as well on my face. So all of these blushes are more of a nude, but some of them are warm leaning, other more cool tone, and other right in between the neutral side of things. But I really love Chai. This has been my favorite blush from Laura Mercier for the longest time. Even now that ginger came into my life, I still love Chai way more. And then I have here Surat. This is a very warm tone, medium dark brown with a satin finish. And the one that I have is the shade Chaleur or Chaleur. I don't know how to pronounce it. But these I got on Look Fantastic, and you can get them on Beautylish as well. These are beautiful. I hate the packaging but love the formula. You can wear these as a cream or as a powder, and they blend into the skin seamlessly, you guys. This is so lovely. You could even apply them, in my opinion, with your fingers, because the formula is so weird. It's like nothing you have ever seen. But when you blend it into the skin, it has this sort of a sheen to them, which you guys know it's a common theme when it comes to the blushes that I love. I love them to be matte, or I love them to be almost matte, but more of a satin instead of a super glowy blush. It will always be my favorite. For the last Laura Mercier blush, I have here Laura Mercier Fresco, and this is described as a sheen brown nude. This for me is one of the most nude shades that I have, and even though it has sparkle and the sparkle can transfer as a sheen on the skin, it doesn't really translate as chunks of shimmer. You can still see the shimmer if you go really up close, but it's not a disgusting type of shimmer or glitter that you can see on your face, but more of a glow and a sheen, and you can see that on the face swatch for sure. This is the Illamasqua powder blusher, and I have two shades that I love so much, but this looks so muted when I put it right here. And this is, like I said, Naked Rose, and it's described as a matte muted pink, but this one looks brighter on the cheeks than it looks on the pan, and you probably saw that in the swatch. It's so beautiful. It's still a nude, and it's so matte, but it's so matte and lovely that if you want to blur imperfections, these matte blushes from Illamasqua are the way to go. The other one that I have is Katie, which is a pastel pink, and I just adore that. That's one blush that I also finished, but I wanted to add Naked Rose to this list because Katie's, it's still a pink blush. This is more of a muted pink and more of a nude pink than Katie. My Illamasqua blushes, one I got in San Francisco at a Sephora like 10,000 years ago when Illamasqua was still available at Sephora. And then this one I got from Look Fantastic. I know they sell them at the illamasqua.com website, and also you can check them out in Look Fantastic for sure. This blush was a gift from my friend Janet and I love it. This is MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Humor Me. And this is a slightly warm tone, medium dark brown with a satin finish. The Mineralized Blush formula is phenomenal. I have about 4 of them and this is the one that I would consider a nude, but I just adore them. This beautiful Humor Me one, it's a neutral on my skin. It doesn't really look, it's a true brown. It doesn't really look pink or peach or orange. It looks more of a true brown. So these I would consider a true nude blush for sure. If you're looking for one, MAC makes amazing blushes. I have so many of them. I think I have about 12 blushes from MAC, but the mineralized formula, it's my favorite. So good. They have this satin finish to them and they never look flat on the skin, which is something that I don't like even when I have matte blushes. You want them to either make you look poreless like the Illamasqua one, or you want them to pull a little bit of a sheen to the skin so that if you don't want to wear a highlighter, you don't have to. This is from M Cosmetics and it's one of my favorite blushes in my collection. It's the Heaven's Glow blush in the shade Baroque. And this one, it's a burnished beige. This is a soft neutral beige painted with strokes of pearlescent champagne shimmers. And these look so glowy on the skin, but it doesn't look chunky. I know that this is not for deeper skin tones because it will not show up. It's a lighter one, but if I build it, it looks beautiful. And if I don't, it looks just like the perfect wash of color with a sheen to it. I don't have to wear highlighter when I wear these blushes. I don't use them as highlighters. It's just that they give me enough of a glow that I don't need a highlighter. And I adore this formula. I have about 5 of them. This is definitely my favorite. And I just find that I prefer nude blushes. Even if I have other colors that I love from the line, Baroque, it's never too much on my skin. For the brushes that I use to apply these blushes, the BK Angie and Hot and Flashy Collab A507, which is a lovely one. And then this one, which has been discontinued, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH04. But they are similar. I still prefer the Angie Hot and Flashy. That's it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it wasn't too long. You will be seeing a lot of blush videos on my channel this year because I know you guys love them. Let me know below which of these blushes you have in your collection and also if they're your favorites. And if not, let me know your favorite top nude blush within your collection. It has to be a nude similar to this one. Let me know if it's a nude pink or whatnot, and let me know below because I'm nosy and I want to know. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. It's coming soon, the blush project update, because I use so many things. I decluttered 2 blushes and I purchased 2 blushes because that's life and that's me. And you will be seeing those on my blush project video. I love you guys and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.